Welcome to another episode of How with Mal, and I'm really excited today. We have Ted and Jackie Jieli, owner slash manager slash marketer of Our Dog and Grace here in Reno, which is the largest and the oldest glass shop here in Reno since 1991, right?
Yep.
So if you guys have a chance, go check them out. It's an awesome store. It's located at 218 Vassar Street, and you guys are open every day. So,
Yep.
How do you do it? I don't know, but I just love your story, Ted. You started off as a young kid, and now you're owner of a successful business. So kind of walk us through that, how you got to that point, how you started.
I was just working there part-time in college and just kind of fell in my lap that I needed to take on more responsibilities, ordering, learning about the products, and I just became passionate about, handmade art class. And just kind of went with it and stuck with it over so many years. The opportunity presented itself to just work my way up, and I just kept at it.
How long were you working as a clerk before you became an owner?
Well, I managed it pretty quickly right off the bat because it just.
So you went from clerk to a manager.
Pretty quickly, I was doing all the ordering, a lot of the bill pay, stuff like that, working with vendors, working with artists, and then I recently, over a decade, I was working there, managing and as a clerk, and then became the owner approximately 7 years ago.
Oh, wow.
7 years ago. Opportunity presented itself for me to purchase the business, and I did that, and it's been good ever since.
And how was that transition from an employee to a business owner? So when the opportunity presented itself, I know we're always facing opportunities. What made you say, okay, this is it, I gotta take my shot, I gotta go for it?
I know too much about what the products in the store, and I had to do it. I had to make the gamble and just do it. We had a little bit of savings, and I just took everything and put it into the store. I paid my first month's rent cash that I had saved literally in a book in my house. So just went for it. So this is what I know, and we're gonna just go for it and see what happens.
Was it scary? I know.
Absolutely. Yeah, 100%,
Yeah. And I know Jackie's the kind of behind the scenes, the bookkeeping side of it. So were you scared when he said, hey, let's buy a store?
I was, but we had kind of run the numbers and done the financials, and I felt like it was looking like it could be lucrative, and I just had a lot of faith in him, because I knew he was kind of running the show before, and that, of course, he would take on more responsibilities and stuff, but I felt like he knew what he was doing, we could do that, and I was a little scared because it's always, risky, but I felt pretty confident to just try it.
You're confident in him and his abilities and his knowledge, and, so
and just kind of looking at, past financials of the business, I thought, this could be something I think we can do and be our family business. And I was pregnant at the time with our firstborn child too. So
right, let's start a business.
And so we did all that at the same time, but it was a good decision.
Yeah, that's awesome. So I know I've been following you, and your marketing's awesome. So I know a lot of people probably wondering, do you hire somebody? Do you do it yourself? And I know your marketing wasn't like that with the previous owner. So how did you decide to start doing social media marketing and your website? It's amazing. And I love how you categorize it by artist. So it's almost like you're going to a store to go shop, you would search for the designer, and then you're like, oh, okay, this is what they have, and so kind of walk us through your marketing. And
I mean, my marketing is like a work in progress. We, don't do as much traditional advertisement. Most of it is social media, so we just try to stay pretty active, mainly on Instagram, Facebook a little bit, but we get more reach on Instagram, I feel. But it's a work in progress. I do a lot of the stuff. The guys at the shop we got one of our lead guys, he's really good at social media, and we're trying to train the other guys to, to stay proactive on the stories, good camera angles. Like I said, it's a work in progress. Nothing's perfect, but just putting fun stuff out there every day, to keep people engaged.
Right.
And as far as the website goes, I've been dragging my feet on it for years. We had 3 or 4 unsuccessful web designers. Well, not unsuccessful, but design our website. It wasn't user friendly for me because I'm not super tech savvy. So it was just it just went to the wayside. And then during our mandated business closure during coronavirus, my one good friend, he has a successful online e-commerce business, showed me how to create a basic Shopify website to get some kind of income because our doors were closed for 60 days and I had nothing to do but go to work and try to do deliveries and online orders, and it pushed me towards the e-commerce 100% because I couldn't just sit there and do nothing.
Right,
I had a family at home.
And that was actually a good pivot for you guys, right? Because now that you have a good online store, a good foundation, because it's always a work in progress, but now you're starting to see some sales off of your online and off your website.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we've been building on the web. The sales have been going up every year on the website. So
we definitely to advertise and put ourselves out there. We definitely deal with some brands and some artists that are exclusive, that have really long wait lists. I mean, some of these relationships that I've established with these companies, we've been building over the course of a decade.
Right.
So I'm not the biggest shop in the country, but I have a good rapport with a lot of the artists, a lot of the bigger brands, a lot of the more exclusive brands, who we've kind of got our foot in the door with some of these companies. And you just can't get some of this stuff. It's not like they are absolutely not mass produced items. There's only a finite amount made. And if we get, 5 out of the, 50 that are made, then people want it. It doesn't matter where they're at. I mean, we've shipped in this last year, I've shipped to the Netherlands, France.
Yeah. So you're international.
Yeah, Australia.
That's amazing.
Well, and like you said, because this stuff it's one of a kind. That's kind of what's cool about and unique about this business is that, it's everything's different, so you get one thing and no one else is going to have that one.
It's functional art,
Right.
You can use this for a purpose, but a lot of it is either there's one of them or there's limited amounts of them, but they're not, most of this is not mass produced, and it's not, the artists have built their craft over. Some of these guys are pretty good, in 5 years, but some of these guys have been doing this 25, 30, 40 years to build their craft.
Right.
But yeah, I'm always excited. Sometimes I take a hit on international shipping, but I'm just like, yes, I sold something to Israel today.
Yeah, and it's nice to have your name out there.
We got a follower. We got a follower in
Yeah.
France, or we got a follower in Quebec.
Right.
So pretty exciting. I like being able to say that we sold to 7 countries or 9 countries.
Jeez,
now.
yeah, that's amazing. Because I'm sure when you worked there, when you first started, that was not the case. You guys weren't selling, to international clients.
E-commerce wasn't even really a thing.
And just selling across the United States is cool. We met a lot of cool people who like the shop and who follow us and say thank you. And it's cool just being able to expand like that, just even across our country. So it's been cool, actually. Yeah,
that's awesome. And let's go back to COVID. I know everybody's really tired of COVID and sick of COVID, but I think as business owners or any entrepreneurs, I think it's very important to know when to pivot, to know when to modify things, to kind of just handle whatever the world throws at you, and then go with it. So did you have to let go all your employees during that time, or how did you navigate through that? I mean, when you first heard the news that, hey, you got to shut your doors.
Temporarily, we had to lay everyone off. Of course, they were able to collect unemployment, and then the federal government helped subsidize that. So these people could survive, but I literally wasn't bringing enough income in to provide for even our family, let alone be able to. We just didn't have the work, So temporarily, everyone got laid off, but but we slowly brought people back, and people were willing to work. Our guys wanted to work, so that was one good thing.
Yeah, we were lucky. We had a lot of loyal. We don't have a huge amount of employees, but the ones that we do have are
they're good.
Loyal.
All the guys are really good.
Yeah.
They care about it. It's a pretty close-knit business. We all care about each other.
They take pride in their work, because for them to have to, post the stories or take photos and, as a newcomer to social media marketing and content making, it's a lot of work. Everything has to be very purposeful, to a certain extent. You kind of get over the point that, not everything's going to be perfect, but, you do have to do it, because if you don't do it, nothing's out there, right? So that's great that you're able to get your people, your employees, to get to that point that, they can kind of carry some of that load, off of your shoulders and, do some of that day to day and whatnot. Yeah. So that's great.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but he was during COVID. He was doing like door deliveries.
Yeah.
Like delivering to people's.
So people go online, or people look on your social media and they say, "Hey, I want this, Ted. Can you deliver it to this?" Or
I did a combination of that. Before the website was up, I did PayPal through DMs and Instagram, and then there's a video chat option on Instagram that screen splits, and I was able to virtually shop with people in the store, show them every item that they might need, create an invoice. And then I go out there with a square reader and do contactless, with my N95 and gloves on,
Right.
Yeah, we even would put it on the table, leave it there, and let them come get it.
They would they could if they paid through PayPal, if they paid through the website, I would literally just leave it. So there's contactless delivery. I was gloved, N95, sanitized.
And another thing too, our customers were
our customers were our local customers were super supportive.
Local customers came in and still were buying things from us. It was so nice to see that, and this community does a really good job with
Reno,
some of these local businesses.
We love our customers so much because our customers love us. It's reciprocal. I think that's another thing I get ahead of myself, but our customers really we have some really good loyal customers, and of course we're not going to make everyone happy, but we make 95% of the people happy, 99 to 99% of the people happy.
Yeah.
I'm not going to please everyone, but we definitely try,
Yeah.
And we're thankful for our loyal customers.
Yeah.
They kept us in business during COVID.
Yeah, they did.
They've been super supportive.
The website didn't help, but it was really them,
Yeah.
So it really was, and it's just nice that people come together like that, and such a crazy time like we've never seen before, So
we got support from a lot of local midtown businesses too.
Yeah.
I felt like
we all were supporting businesses.
Small businesses supporting small businesses.
They were coming in and buying a bunch of gift cards from us.
One of the dispensaries bought a ton of gift cards right when the shutdown happened, and it was just a good feeling, like small business supporting small business, and then hardworking people supporting us, and the whole thing was, COVID sucks totally, but it did, certain aspects of it brought people together, and I felt caused people to be more supportive of one another.
And make people grow, make the business grow and make you expand and things like that. Mm-hmm. So since we're talking about business, on the business side of it, do you have an operating manager, or are you it? Mm-hmm. Who operates the shop if you're, the CEO, the one that's, trying to get business?
Technically, I do a lot of it. One of the other guys, he's been with us about 2 years, a little over 2 years actually, and he stepped up really big. We had some people leave, we had some new people come, and he's been really solid.
Very loyal.
Really
training,
loves the business. He's answering DMs after hours. I'm answering DMs after hours. So it's all, he cares about it. He likes it.
Right.
He likes selling nice high-end, American-made functional glass.
Right.
And it is, once you start, a lot of people when they come in sometimes they're like, oh, this is crazy. This is just so expensive. And then you kind of get your feet wet and you get your first nice artsier piece, and then
you kind of get hooked.
You get hooked.
Yeah, I saw a piece that's it's 10,000 or 9,000 or something on your website.
Yeah,
it's awesome. Beautiful. The skull. Yeah.
The skull. Well, the skull one. Yeah.
There's been a few of the skull, Karsten, the skulls that we've sold. We've sold about 8 or 10 of them, and but yeah, it depends. Some stuff that we some price points, are definitely selling a lot less.
Yeah.
$3,000, $4,000
That's tough,
pieces.
Yeah, that's how it is. Yeah.
But yeah, kind of once you do something like it's like drinking good wine. You're not going to go back to the box wine.
Right.
After,
Yeah.
after you
Yeah.
tried some of the better stuff.
And I'm sure it makes you feel good too that your customer bases start to appreciate the things that you appreciate, and that motivates you to keep on searching for those items, searching for those artists.
Well, and I didn't really know that much about blowing glass at all when I until I met him, and now I have such a huge
you're in a totally
appreciation.
different career.
Yeah, I was like doing something completely different. So now I just have a big appreciation for it. It takes a lot of skill, and like we have pendants, like just a lot of work goes into it.
Yeah.
And it is like art, and it's like
it is art.
jewelry.
Yeah.
So
absolutely,
these glass blowers are really talented. So
that's
it's cool. It's fun now. I'm into it now. I look at everything with him, and I'm like, oh, this is so cool, and it's a fun business too.
So how has it been for being a business together, being married, and I know you guys have kids, quite a few.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you make it all work? I mean, is there balance?
Honestly, I think we have established our positions in the business. Like I am behind the scenes doing the financial part. He is, they're making contacts with the glass blowers and the customers, and it just works out that way. I kind of stay out of his way doing that, and he just lets me do what I need to do, and I think it works out pretty well. We get along pretty well when it comes to the business.
That's good.
And I don't know, we just do our separate parts, and
you know what you're good at, what your strong suit is, and you stick to that, and then you trust the other person to handle the other stuff.
Yeah. I'm like, I want to buy
he's just really good at it. I have to give all the credit to him because he's the one who because he's the one who finds these products and makes these relationships with people.
Right.
And he's so passionate about the things we sell. Like, we don't bring things in there unless we back them. We really like this product. It's good. Like, if there's a product that's not good or just not done to our standard, he's going to tell the vendor, or we're not going to get that.
Right.
Sometimes we have to stick by the product.
Sometimes I'm a bad salesman because I literally can't sell stuff we don't believe in, and if my coworkers, we don't use a product, it's tough for us to sell it. We want to know about it and have faith in it. And hey, if there's an issue with it, if it's an electronic item we're selling, I want to be able to make things right and get it replaced. So I'm always. Sometimes I don't have every product, but I have the ones that we believe in and the ones that take care of us and then allow us to take care of the customers. So sometimes I have stuff that I don't believe in too much and I can't sell it. I just can't do it.
And he likes to stick to the local glass blowers, US made.
As much of the local as possible, but primarily US made. It's good,
How do you find them? Do they approach you, or do they say, "Hey, will you carry my stuff?" Or are you just like in the scene and you're just in the know, and so you kind of know who's coming up or who's been around?
Multiple ways, I would say. Referrals. So people I've been doing good business with for years. I say, "Hey, do you know anyone that does this?" Sure, I have this friend. Couple trade shows that they do. Social media. I mean, constantly I could waste my entire life on Instagram, but I do find a lot of good glass blowers.
Yeah.
Contact them, get on their wait list. Some of these people have 2-3 year wait lists, so you can't just call them and they don't have a stockpile of items.
Yeah.
They put my name in a stack and then they call me, "Hey, your name's up." I got 2 emails yesterday that I was waiting on. One guy for 2 years and then one girl. About 9 months I've been waiting on her order. She said,
"Oh my gosh, talk about tenacity." I thought, you have to do a lot of follow up in real estate, but it's the same, in every business.
No, it's so that, and then just that's pretty much it. Referrals, I would say there's the trade show where they set up, it's like a convention hall and you can kind of look at everything, and then social media would be like probably the top 3 that I find my our contacts, at. So.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like, you wear a lot of hats, obviously. So walk us through your day. What's your typical day like? Is it structured or is it just kind of like putting out fires, or?
I'd say a little bit of everything, but every day is different depending on what do we get an order in today? Do we need to contact anyone? Definitely try to like do a wall post every day or two to keep people engaged. Like, hey, here's something new. Put 10 stories up on Instagram, at least 10, 5 to 10 stories.
Yeah, you guys have tons of stories.
Keep people engaged. Show them the product. Maybe if we've already showed them the product, show it to them in a different light. Show it to them in a different background. Zoom in differently. Show them like a different detail of the piece. Try not to do as much repeat, but sometimes lighting. Will sell a piece.
Make a difference.
Like there's an opal piece. And I could never get the lighting right because we had overcast for like 2 weeks. Well, finally we had a sunny day and I was able to capture the opal in the sun, and it sold like within a day or two after that because I got the lighting right,
Wow.
So really every day could be different.
You have to be a photographer too, and
Try, I just have an iPhone right now, but I do my best with the hardware we have. And, the guy, like I said, the guys, every single one of the crew right now have all stepped up major. They're we got multiple different iPhones and devices and stuff to use for photography, and I feel like they're getting a lot better. Every single person has gotten better.
And they're like into it too.
Yeah, they're into
they
it.
enjoy
yeah,
it.
They
Yeah,
do, and they're doing well with it.
I mean, yeah, work. Most people would rather not be working, but like, when work is fun, it makes it not seem as hard. Work,
right. You look forward to it. Yeah. And did you, because it sounds like you kind of have a system in place. We have to do 10 story. We have to do a wall post. How did you decide that, that's what you needed to do? Just by following other people or trial and error, or you just felt like that we should be doing at least that should be our base?
Watching, there's a few other stores that I'm friends with that I follow that are bigger, have chains, like one of my favorite stores back in Ohio, and they have upwards of 40 employees.
Wow.
We have 4.
That's a huge store.
Yeah. Well, they have I think 4 or 5
locations.
They have 4 or 5 locations, but they have like a dedicated Instagram person. They have a dedicated web person. They have a dedicated, so just seeing some of these stores and the content they provide, I'm like, hey, that's cool. That has me engaged. Like, we got to, we're more about glass content. But yeah, watching some of these other stores and how they conduct themselves is kind of inspirational and, makes me want to do better and shoot better. And,
and just kind of always trying to outdo yourself, whatever you did the last time.
Yeah,
that's amazing, because that's what I love about entrepreneurship. Is that there's really no playbook.
No.
You just have to do it. You just have to figure it out. I mean, you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but you just kind of have to deal with, whatever that you're handed to.
Yep.
So talk to me about what do you see for the future for our dogs?
I'm working on revamping the store. I'm getting some new displays. I want to put some upgrades into the displays and the features in our store. I would love to get more of an online presence, which, we're learning. We got our website, our website redone last year, but, keep pushing the envelope on that.
Right.
Because e-commerce looks like the way of the future,
Yeah.
So
a lot of people like to shop.
And you probably have to be really organized because you have so much merchandise.
Yes.
Because I went to your website and there are just all these different categories. You've done a great job, accessories, artists, different categories. And then within those, there are subcategories. And so, that takes work because a web designer is not going to know what goes with what. They may have the marketing collateral, but they're not going to know where to put it or where they should put it to, make the best user experience. And that's where you come in. So it's probably a very hands-on project that you have to kind of walk through.
Maybe another location. I would love to have another location, but it's...
Do you know about this? Did he tell you about this?
Well,
we've been
talking about it, but, I don't know. We, our one location is keeping us busy.
Yeah.
So, and that's something, though, that we, have in the back of our minds, too. But, again, like he said, too, we are working on doing some, get some nicer displays in there and kind of doing some nicer things to the store. We've done some upgrades to the front of it and made the front of it look better. We got some planter boxes in there and stuff. So we're just going to continue on with that.
Right.
And then
we gotta, everyone in Midtown looks so awesome.
Yeah, Midtown's
Midtown. It's
we definitely want to
keep up with that.
Keep up with the Joneses as far as that goes.
And keep up with the look of it down there. It's just
and it's easier if you have small projects going. It's kind of like owning a house. Like if you wait till everything's kind of really behind, everything's totally outdated, then it seems like a huge project, and you don't want to tackle it. Yeah,
we kind of have like a certain set amount of projects a year.
Right.
And it's with buildings and stuff, it's always something, right?
right. There's always something. Yeah. Oh yeah, I totally understand. So, what would you tell the listeners or the viewers out there that's thinking about starting a business? Or, maybe they're in a position where you were like 10 years ago, 7 years ago, when they're just a clerk or manager, but they truly love the business. They've been thinking about maybe, making that leap into the ownership, to kind of do a business. What would you tell them?
Say weigh the pros and cons. Definitely look at like a balance sheet or a profit and loss to make sure you're not buying, or getting into something that could, go upside down. So look at the trends and just jump in. Just do it. If you are truly passionate about it. And like I said, if you enjoy it, it's going to seem less work and a little bit less stressful. Now, owning a business is always going to be stressful to some
I was
degree.
just going to say, even on your days off, you're probably
you work every single
There's
day.
no days off. They may be like less work, but there's always something.
But there's benefits to it also.
Yeah.
And, so that's something too. Yes, there's going to be days where you're going to have to go and work when maybe you didn't plan to, but there's also times where you can have that time off that you wanted to, do something, whereas, the other jobs are set hours, so there's a lot of benefits to it. And
surround yourself with positive people and surround yourself with a good crew. People that are equally as passionate or close to it. Feed off of other business owners' positivity. Personally, and now I'm kind of at the age where a lot of my friends, a lot of other business owners too. They're watching their hard work pay off, and it's exciting.
It's nice to see.
It's exciting. I want all my friends to succeed,
Right.
In life, and it's a good thing, and it's exciting, and
because at the end of the day, we all just want to make a couple of bucks and then go home to our family.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, that's everybody's goal.
And take care of them and try to make memories and stuff.
Make sure they're safe and, comfortable. So back to the balance sheet. That's so interesting because, I kind of just dived into the real estate business and I just, try a whole bunch of different things. I don't know what works, what doesn't. Because when you're first starting out, you're just trying to establish yourself. I don't even know what a balance sheet was until probably a couple of weeks ago. Thanks to your wife here, helping me out with my books and whatnot, doing this.
I don't know how to sell a house, so there you go.
So, how did you know to say, hey, let me look at the books? Is it from your parents or your parents?
My dad.
Your dad.
So my dad's an accountant, and him and my stepmother, who I've trained under them to do what I'm doing now and do the financial part for the business and some other bookkeeping. So, it was like I went to Dad and I was like, let's run these numbers. And he was like, of course, yes. And he was able to just really lay it out for us.
Look at the business, business side of it.
Right, what they had been doing, for the past 3 years. So, kind of where the expenses and everything were at and what we had to do to kind of keep those same numbers going or improve on them or whatnot.
Right. And then you were probably you knew the business well enough that you knew how realistic those numbers are because you were doing the ordering, you were the manager. So if there's any fudging going on in the books that you would have had caught that, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Being able to look at the books allowed me to be able to tighten up in some areas and then maybe allocate or, I don't know, make safer plays, business wise, I'm always trying to, I feel like we're all got to be careful, you don't want to go out your first year in business and spend all your money on something, reinvest in your business because your business is you gotta
It's
reinvest.
like your asset.
Yeah, your asset. You gotta, and then take chances, but don't take crazy chances.
Right,
That's me. I'm a little more safe.
Yeah.
But
Do your homework.
Do your homework. Yeah, and I think that is the hard part.
But also I don't want to discourage people about their passions too.
Right, don't be scared. You'll figure it out.
Yeah, if you're super passionate about something, you're good at it, and you love it.
Help.
When I see people like that go into business, they typically succeed.
Yeah.
And maybe the first year or two might be, getting off their feet and stuff, but I mean, they typically succeed and become really successful. So, so there's that
just
too.
go for it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
Well, is there anything else you want to share with us? Any other exciting stuff?
Well, we are doing a sale on 420, by the way.
Yeah.
So that's fun. So come on over because we have a DJ, right?
We got one of our friends, PJ Beats, Biggest Little Collective is his production company. He's gonna come down. He's gonna be doing live music in the parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to get a glass blower, but all the guys had something they already booked that day.
Because it's kind of a busy day. But we
yeah,
do have some promotional stuff, and we have a friend that does Ruby Pearls that they're going to be giving out some stuff.
My friend Ruby Proco.
We also are doing a raffle.
Yeah, we're gonna be giving away electronic vaporizer.
Wow.
So that if you spend over $100, you get a ticket. And we'll give that away at the end of the day.
We're giving them a nice vaporizer bundle, and then our neighbor next door has a Crystal Plaza, has a metaphysical crystal store, and he's doing deals all day, giving away crystals for free. We're just kind of cross promoting on the block.
That's awesome. I love seeing that.
That for April 20th.
Yeah, check these guys out. Instagram at rdogs.
Yep.
And then the website is rdogsandgrace.com.
Great.
And you guys are at 218 Vassar Street in Reno, Nevada. And they're open every single day.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you. That was fun.